consider the bills in accordance with the provisions of Article 115 of the Constitution. Honorable members, you may recall that this House passed the Anti-Money Laundering and Combating of Terrorism Financing Laws Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 5 of 2025, on 16th April 2025, following which I presented the bill to His Excellency the President for assent in accordance with the provisions of Article 113 of the Constitution. You may also recall that the National Assembly and the Senate passed the mediated version of the Conflict of Interest Bill, National Assembly Bill, number 12 of 2023 on 5th December 2024 and 8th April 2025, respectively. Thereafter, I presented the bill to His Excellency the President for assent in accordance with the provisions of Article 113 of the Constitution. This House is therefore required to consider the President's reservations to the specified clauses in respect of each bill. Standing Order 154-2 requires the House to consider the President's reservations within 21 days upon receipt of the memorandum. Honourable members, with respect to the President's reservations to the Anti-Money Laundering and Combating of Terrorism Financing Laws Amendment Bill 2025, the message from His Excellency the President, together with the Presidential Memorandum of Referral, are hereby referred to the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs. With regard to the Conflict of Interest Bill 2023, you may recall that its passage underwent the bicameral process under Article 113 of the Constitution. Given that the bill was originated by this House, the consideration of the President's reservations to the bill will commence in the National Assembly. In this regard, the President's reservations to the bill and the Presidential Memorandum of Referral stand committed to the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs for consideration. The committee should prioritize the bill and table its report soonest to allow this House to consider the President's reservations within the said timelines. Upon conclusion of consideration of the President's reservations by this House, I will transmit the decision of the National Assembly to the Senate, seeking its concurrence on the said decision. Honourable members, I hasten to guide the House that the consideration of the President's reservations to the bills by the respective committees and the House will be undertaken in accordance with the provisions of Article 115 of the Constitution. Further, the guidance contained in the Speaker's communication of July 28, 2015, relating the consideration of the President's reservations to the bill and amendments thereto will apply as shall be necessary. I now direct the clerk to circulate the memorandum of His Excellency the President to the two bills to all members so that they can familiarize themselves with the contents therein. The House is accordingly informed and guided. Thank you. We do another round. Wow. Can we do 3-3? 3-3? Yes. 3-3. Who do I take? Who do I leave? Mele Odhiambo. Mele Odhiambo.
Woman.
Non-MP, you are all MPs.
We are all MPs. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Try and take a minute or two each.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll take less.
Very good.
And we are all MPs. To the CS, I just want to thank you, but I just wanted to ask, the last time you were here, you had made a promise in relation to Sindo Mbita Road to talk to the contractors to do the maintenance before works. And you have actually just indicated that you've released funds. And we know that that is not one of the things that has been done. And I'm sure Honorable Karoli is going to raise the same issue. Can you please clarify what the position is?
Mshomba.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just wanted to congratulate you, Mr. Speaker, because all I wanted to say about the needs of my constituents have been raised by my colleagues. I wanted to tell you, Mr. Speaker, finally...
Then resume your seat.
No, Mr. Speaker. Allow me to submit because you have given me 1 minute. Mr. Speaker, with all due respect, finally you have brought back central role of making decisions concerning monies that concerns our people as central role back to the parliament. And it is good that the executive now have to realize that parliament has a role to play for any decisions to be made before they make implementations of the budgets that we make here. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, my question to the CS is...
Take 1 minute each. In Zambia, you don't have to stand up. I can see you from here.
Honorable Speaker, my question to the CS is that he has made it good to return the contractors on site. But my question to you, CS, whereas you are returning the contractors on site, what are you planning to do with respect to maintenance ahead of works? Particularly, I'm talking in terms of two roads, Honorable Speaker, C41 and the road from Shanda, Malaha to Mukweso. What are you planning to do about maintenance ahead of works?
Member for Thika Town.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I would like to, the Waziri has 1 minute.
1 minute each.
Yeah.
I'll consider an additional.
Waziri has said all the contractors are back. Honorable Speaker, in my constituency, I have not seen any contractor back, and I know they are pending bills in Thika, but also I wanted to add, in 22 and 10%, Waziri, that one is a no-no. We are not going to discuss 22% and 10%. It stays the same way it's supposed to be. Thank you.
Yes, the Speaker doesn't need any help. Yes, I'll give to Ngogoyo. 1 minute.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. On one straight issue, Mr. CS, naturally, KERA operates with work plans. Are there any contrary instructions from you or from KERA instructing the Constituency Roads Committee to prepare for work plans that are less from the monies that naturally would have been planned for? And I'm asking this so that I know whether there is a direct communication from you or from the DG for KERA on different instructions to the Constituency Roads Committee on the amount of monies that they are going to plan for in the next financial year. Because naturally, at such a point, there are always instructions. Are there any instructions that you have issued or the DG for KERA contrary to what has always been planned for in every financial year?
Member for Keyo South.
Mr. Speaker, thank you.
You have 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There is a question which the CS has not answered. The money for RMLF belongs to 4 institutions. 1, KERA. 2, KENA. 3, KURA. 4, KWS. No, KFS don't get. If you read the 3rd schedule of Kenya Road Sport Act, it gives the 4. Now, the case in court gave a ruling that you set aside 10 billion. There is no part of that ruling that says set aside KERA. So we just need the CS to do, in that formula, there is 10%, 22%, 47%, or how many? Now, why, when you are told to set aside 10 billion, you just target what belongs equitably to the constituency?
Point made. Zambia. And avoid jumping up.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. In this house, if you are not careful, you may not get time to express yourself. Honorable Speaker, I have heard the CS express himself to us. Honorable Speaker, before the CS leaves here, because I understand right now, whatever we have in every constituency is 17 million out of 42. We want to know exactly the exact amount from 42, which is 25 million, when he is sending them, because he has just said he will just send the money by next week. We want the total amount, which is 25 million, to be sent to the regional,
Point made.
Thank you.
Honorable members, when we finish this, you hold Musa Serima will be invited to make a statement as chair of CDF committee on the CDF issue that you have been raising. I'll now give to Justice Kemei.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Posing, I sent out Pakandia this afternoon because of conducting himself the way you are doing. Take your seat. I've given the floor to Justice Kemei.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The CS in this presentation, Mr. Speaker, has talked about the low-volume seal roads. This program, Mr. Speaker, has left most of the tarmac roads in our constituencies in a very, very terrible state. When is the earliest that the CS expects these roads to be redone? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Donya.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As we are having the CS for roads, Mr. Speaker, I've just received a message, Mr. Speaker, from my grandmother. She has told me, please listen, as the MPs do good work of connecting the roads, they now request the CS to add some money. As they do the roads, they add water pipes, because governors have failed to do that work, some. Then they can also...
It is clear the message you say you have received is fake, and you're just building a story. Ask a question.
Mr. Speaker, when we debate...
Ask a question to the...
Can they be added for money as they do the roads? They also do water connectivity. Thank you.
Yes. Wow. See, you said we do 3-3. I've done 5-5. Wamumbi will be the last. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the CS has said that the contractors have been paid 40%. It's good he clarify that it is 40% of the certificate raised, which is not enough, so he need to check on that, Mr. Speaker. Finally, the CS has a CS allocation, and he said that the money set aside will be released when the stalemate is sorted out. Let the minister release the money from the CS allocation to Kera. Then when the stalemate is sorted out, the money set aside, he can take it to CS allocation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Rueda.
Asante, Bwana Speaker. Ningependa waziri, mwanzo nimpongeze waziri. Ya kwanza nataka nimwambie waziri, sheria zikitengenezwa hakikishe wanafikiria sehemu zingine. Kwangu hakuna barabara imefanywa kwa sababu contractor hawezi kufanya barabara moja, kupeleka tu material kubebwa na meli ni 4 million. Sasa paka contractor washikane ndio waweze kufanya barabara. Hii sheria iliyowekwa bila kufikiria pande za kwetu, barabara zile mbili ambazo zimepeana hazijaweza kufanywa. Ya pili, Bwana Speaker, kwetu watu wanangojea na ngoma. Tunasikia barabara ya kwanza ya tama kinafanywa 1 inch hakuna. Sasa hiyo watafanya. Kwa hivyo wafanye bidii, contractor aje. Watu wanangojea, hiyo ni kama itakuwa sijui ni kitu gani imefanywa ndio mwanzo haijawahi kufanywa. Tuna hamu ya kungojea contractor. Kila wakati tunaulizwa contractor na kuja lini. Please tuwaomba huyo contractor aje na hiyo barabara moja angalau na sisi tuanze kuona lami. Tusichukue wanafunzi kupeleka sehemu zingine kuangalia lami. Contractor shapewa na...
Point made. Very last, Posing.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. May God bless you, Honorable Speaker, abundantly. Now, Honorable Speaker, some information. The CS said...
What would you have said if I didn't give you the chance?
May God bless you abundantly, my Honorable Speaker.
Go on.
And the God of Rome, may God of Rome bless you.
Yes.
Honorable Speaker, the CS said that the contractors are either on the way or they are on the ground. I want to inform him that there's no contractor that has come back in the entire West Pokot County. No one. So maybe he would take this opportunity to tell us that he's back on this road, it's back on this road, it is back on this road. Otherwise, West Pokot is zero.
Point made. CS. Members, you agreed to 3-3. Let's hear the... Yes, yes. You can see the level of interest.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The issue of maintenance before work, Honorable Millie Odhiambo, is something we've taken up, I've taken up, and where there is a road like in Peter Sindo, traversing your constituency, we really have given instructions to contractors to do maintenance ahead of works. As the road construction is going on, economic activities don't stop. So if that has not happened for this particular road and any other road, I would encourage the members to basically send me a small message, and I will ensure that maintenance is first done to ensure roads are motorable, so that as they do the major work, our citizens are able to use those roads. I think that's the same question as raised by, it seems to be a big concern raised by Anangwe, and therefore I'll take up, let me get information at a more individual level on roads that we really need to do maintenance ahead of work so that the roads are motorable even as we do the major construction. For Thika Town, Alice, I don't know whether we are saying we should not discuss and resolve the impulse on the RMLF, because what we are basically saying is let's not discuss the 22%. And the 22%, we've got a conservatory court order. Are we saying we don't do the mediation? Do I get clear instruction from Parliament not to go that route and we leave it to go through the court? Or can I get very clear guidance? Because we really respect for my take, because the challenge of, particularly at a time like now.
I thought that the instruction should only come from the Speaker.
Dan, ask what you want.
So, I'm making a clarification, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
That what Mheshimiwa Alice from Thika meant was that they should not securitize the 22% and the 10%, not to touch the 22% and the 10%. But for what is ongoing in the mediation, that is allowed to continue. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister.
Thank you for that clarification, Honorable Chair. And Ngogoyo, is that Kajiado West? The direct communication.
Kajiado North.
Kajiado North. I think the question from the Member of Parliament for Kajiado North is got to do with whether we have given instructions to the regional engineers to not to, as they do the work plans for the next financial year, to exclude what has been withheld in court. And those, we've not issued those instructions. Let me just be as brief as that, because it is important that we plan. We do see the challenge as an interim and like a challenge, and like I've said, we do not want to unlock the challenge and then we go back to planning for the works. So there are no instructions issued to the regional engineers not to plan for works in line with the 22 and 10% allocation. Keyo South, Banakimayo, I don't remember what the question was. It was a contest of, I didn't record the question properly, but let me finish first with Zambia. When are we?
Kimayo asked that under the schedule, the money is for Kera, Kura, Kenha, and
thank you.
KWS.
Thank you, thank you, Honorable Speaker. You know, I thought I'd answer that question, but let me just try and get that clarification that between 2016 and 2021, the money that is in contest and which was being administered by the county government was the Kura and Kera. So what seemed to be in contest was what was taken away from the county government, which was the Kura and the Kera amounts. Because you'll recall, if you go back historically, between 2016 and 2021, these amounts were being administered by the county government. We just returned it to Parliament. And therefore, when the contest came, it was about the Kera and Kura because the Kena is not in contest and it has never been administered by the county government. So what we basically did, like I explained, was to withhold the ratios in the share of 15% as a share of 47, which is 15 and 32%. And Speaker, honorable members, I want to provide leadership and ensure that we do seek that mediation at the highest level and unlock this challenge. I think that's more important. With respect to the question raised by when are we seeing the full amount of the disbursement, I did indicate that the amount that we are withholding, or that we still have, not withholding rather, for the 10% and the 20%, we'll release all of it next week to the extent that it is not within that conservatory order, interim conservatory order issued by the courts. We'll release the amount of 3.5 billion next week, and that will